It seems like the trend for mindful mamas is no screen. So how is Osmo different? And how do you deal with screens in your very mindful, health-forward lifestyle?
I think that's a great question, and this is my struggle all the time. I am the kind of person that, in our pre-COVID life, I would take the kids have iPads, which I would feel extraordinarily guilty about all the time. And I would save them for certain moments of like, I want to take a shower. You know what I mean? Like these moments, and you would like sit the kid on the floor with the iPad, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to get into the shower. But then eventually we got to a place where I would just be able to put them away for like a month. If I hid them, then it was just gone. And I was somebody who was extremely proud of that. I was one of those things that I would like tell my friends. I'd be like, oh, look, I've hid the iPads for like so long and they haven't even asked about it. And I would just like, we'd go out to museums and we on the weekends, and we would, the kids would come home late and we want to, from school, and we'd want to have dinner together and we'd want to have our family time. And I'm not going to give them a screen for that. And then, we would take the subway to Coney Island. There's always, we're New Yorkers. It's so much fun stuff to do, even in the winter when the weather is difficult to get out. And then COVID hit, and it was interesting because aside from all the sort of the traumatic events that came along with it, the kids are seeing the screens all the time because this is the way that they were interacting with their school. There was no other way that they could have done their schoolwork. And what I found is that the out of sight, out of mind, of like, you're just not going to see the iPads, you're not going to ask about it. All of a sudden the iPad was present of their daily lives. Again, on top of that, the play dates. So it was just, iPad was there. And it was something that I really, really, really struggled with emotionally. I have to say that Osmo helped me a lot with this because of this, the realization that it doesn't have to be this guilt shaming that happens amongst mothers, particularly, but parents, of, oh my God, that one, she just gives your kid a screen all the time, of realizing that I can actually teach my kids, as I said before, to have a healthy relationship with technology. I am using technology for a particular purpose right now. And that purpose might be, I'm doing my school. I am calling my yaya over in Spain. I am going and watching like me. I'm watching Grey's Anatomy right now. I'm almost done with it. Me who never watches anything, every single night I've been watching Grey's Anatomy, and all this stuff. That's okay too, but then to teach them that you can be active, like an active play versus the rabbit hole of YouTube that I've banned. I've banned, they're just like not allowed to do that. But teaching them how to use technology, I think, is extremely important. And then not just realizing that this is kind of an inevitable thing, but it's actually a gift, going before, like, I want them to learn how to speak this language, particularly coding language, in a way that I never did, and nor could I, even if I had super tech parents, like I couldn't do it because it didn't exist back then. And now it's something that is very present for them. So I think teaching them mindful technology rather than just being like no technology, which is what I used to do at the beginning. My husband pointed out also, he's like, Larry, like you can't be so anti like movies and everything. Like he's like, you do realize like I work in movies. Like there's like something is, I'm the father too. I'm in this, and I like watching movies because I was like, no screens. They will watch nothing. So I've learned to move with the times a little bit, and I'm feeling less and less guilty about it. Whereas like before, I'm like, oh my God, I could never post like a picture of an iPad on Instagram because I'm gonna get mom shamed from it. Like I'm over that now.
Subscribe to Momtourage wherever you get your podcasts.